guys, I'm back with the Gilmore Girls Ultimate Tag. This is my mom, Marina, and we are just about to watch. It's Friday around 6 o'clock. I think around 6 o'clock. I had the day off when my mom had to work, and so I waited very patiently for her to get here so that we could watch together, and I thought it would be really fun to do this tag together right before we watch. And now I'm making her wait patiently to watch it so that she has to sit here and film this first. So I'm just going to look at the questions on my phone. So basic questions. Number 1, how did you discover the show?
You told me, yeah, you discovered it and you pulled me in to watch it with you all the time until we both got hooked on it.
Well, I remember my friend Amy, she started watching the show first, and she told me to watch it. So I think I missed the first couple of episodes because back then you didn't have on-demand or whatever else. So I started watching it because she told me to watch it, and she really loved reading as well and had similar tastes as me at the time. So I started watching it, and then, yeah, you started watching it with me, and then it became kind of our thing. And then later on, when the seasons were on DVD, then I went back and watched it right from the beginning. But I think I started watching it in season 1. I think I only missed a couple of episodes. Do you own the collection? Well, that ties into my last answer. I own all of the seasons on DVD. Some of them were used, some of them were new, and they're in the big bulky box sets that were, you know, before there was Blu-ray and everything was streamlined. Do you own any of them?
No, I can just borrow from you.
Well, that's true. And now they're on Netflix, so we've been catching up on Netflix leading up to the revival. Favorite season? My favorite season, hands down, season 3. I love that season. It's got everything in it. I was tweeting about it while I was rewatching it. It's got everything in it that's just perfect. It's got Jess, it's got Dean, it's got drama. Gran, I love Gran, the character, and how she brings conflict to Emily, and I love Emily's reaction to it. And I love Lane's storyline in that season. I just felt like everybody's storyline was really strong. You?
I concur.
Least favorite season. I also know my answer to that, but I'm going to make you answer first this time.
Well, because I haven't caught up as far as you, I have a hard time with that one. I don't know. Maybe 2, because 1 was like getting back into it again, and then I just kind of wanted to get to season 3, so maybe that's why. Maybe it's not an honest answer.
My least favorite season is season 7, because I felt like with the loss of Amy Sherman-Palladino, who I'm so happy is the one that's brought back the revival, because I think that she is the only one who could do it justice and make it not a cheesy revival, but something that really does end things and complete things for all of the fans. So season 7, I just found like it had kind of lost its way, and I still love Gilmore Girls, and I still was a diehard fan watching it, but I just found that it didn't quite ring true. The ending didn't quite ring true for me for Rory's storyline, and I didn't really think it was the best. It kind of just dwindled down, I felt, so I'm really glad that we get an alternate ending now. Don't mind my cat in the background. She, I think, just likes to be on camera, so. Favorite episode? Ooh, that's a hard one. Favorite episode?
To me, it has to be one with Emily and Lorelai, like a main.
Yeah, I love Emily. Yeah, their conflict makes me laugh a lot, and also like feel for them both a lot.
Yeah.
I think, well, you know what? This is my favorite episode because I remember watching it and I texted my mom and I was like, does it make me a loser? I just teared up, and it is Rory's high school graduation. I just felt like everybody attended, Emily and Richard, Lorelai, Suki, Jackson, Luke, everybody was there, and it just was a culmination of all of their hard work to get her through school and get her to college, and I really, really loved that. And then I also love the scenes where Lorelai is moving Rory into Yale. I just thought that was just like a sweet moment to see them like going together, and then all these funny things happened, and the famous copper boom line is in one of those episodes along those lines, so I really like that one. Okay, so the next few questions are titled Luke's Diner Dash Lightning Round. So I think we're supposed to answer them quickly without a lot of thought. Okay. Number 1, favorite character?
Jess.
Jess. Okay. My favorite character is Richard or Suki. Both. Love them. Okay. Least favorite character?
Oh, Kirk. In a quirky way, though.
You hate Kirk?
Well, no, it's not that I hate him.
I did not know this.
Least favorite.
Okay. That is not my pick. I love Kirk.
Well, as I said, in a quirky way.
I know. Okay, I know who my least favorite character is. It is either Zack. I think that Lane deserved a much better match than Zack. I really didn't think that he was on her level. I don't understand why just because she didn't leave her hometown, she got stuck with a really, I don't know, a guy that really doesn't challenge her intellectually or seem to be able to communicate. And then my second least favorite character is April. She drives me bananas. I cringe when she gets on the screen. Maybe this is why I didn't like the later seasons so much. Okay, least favorite character, we answered that. Dave or Zack? Well, that's easy for me. Dave, all the way. And also really upset that they just wrote him off like really nonchalantly because he was such a big character. But I also really was obsessed with the OC in high school, and obviously we know Dave is Seth, so I mean it was a win-lose situation.
Yeah, Dave. Say Dave.
Okay, Luke or Christopher? I'm gonna let you answer.
Luke, for sure, hands down.
Yeah, I enjoy Christopher's character. I like what he brings to the storylines, and I love how he just pops up in the most convenient times to move the story along. But yeah, he's just way too immature. Grow up. To be Lorelai's partner. He's great for the story, but not for her. Dean or Jess? Well, I know yours is Jess.
Jess.
Mine is also Jess. Dean, no. Like, just no. Although, he's very good looking in real life, but no. Lorelai or Rory?
I say Lorelai, just because I'm a mom.
Well, see, here's the thing. The beginning seasons, like the first half, I would say Lorelai, because I found like Rory was just very bland. Like a lot of the storyline revolved around Lorelai, which as an adult there would be more stuff happening to her, right? But then later on I found I liked Rory more and found Lorelai a little bit more selfish and immature. It was almost like Rory was more mature. So
I would agree with that.
Depends on what season I'm watching. Okay, opinions. Do you think Lorelai overreacts with her parents? How do we say this? Because people may stumble across my channel that knows us in real life, but I really enjoy this whole dynamic because I find my grandparents' relationship with my mom and then their relationship with me is similar in some ways. So they're not in any means loaded with money like Richard and Emily. They're not in any means like snobby or controlling and manipulative to the same extent that Emily is. Like, we may need to edit this, but they're amazing grandparents to me, and
they're amazing parents too, and I love them deeply.
And they're great parents, but there's always obviously a different dynamic when it's your mom versus your grandma, and there's a different relationship there, just like in any family, right? So
there's a large generation gap too between my parents and me. Yeah.
And my mom has 6 brothers, and she's one of the youngest. So my mom and I are only 23 years apart. My grandma and my mom are much wider age gaps. So I just love the whole entire relationship. And I find, like, sometimes she does overreact, but a lot of the times it's warranted. But then at the same time, I feel for Emily a lot too, because I think she's misunderstood a lot, and I think she's had a fairly sheltered life, and she's lonely, and so that's how a lot of things happen. which maybe we just way overanalyzed that. Do you think Emily and Richard overreact with Lorelai?
Not so much Richard, I don't think.
I don't think either of them.
No,
like, sometimes Emily's ridiculous, like, just plain ridiculous. But I think Lorelai, for the amount of stuff she put them through, like, she was a teen mom, which is a hard thing for parents to come to grips with. And I think maybe they could have handled that better. But she also was very rash in her decision-making, too. And I think that both sides were hurt over time. And she still likes to block them out of her life, and is sometimes quite rude to her parents. So I think they're both at fault, and both deserve praise as well, equally.
Well, and also, like, Emily in season 3, when Lorelai was going back, reminiscing when Rory was born and that, like, you could see the hurt in Emily's face and everything during that situation. So I did feel bad for Emily during that. Like, it was tough for both of them because she was 16.
I think they both overreact in some situations, and both of them do well in different situations. So
I think we all do.
Yeah, it's normal. So, in the big fight that Rory and Lorelai had, whose side were you on? So you haven't got this far in the revisit.
No.
When Rory dropped out of Yale, they don't talk for a while, right? She lives with Richard and Emily, and she joins the DAR, and whatever, she was arrested. I was on Lorelai's side. Maybe when the first time I watched it, I probably was on Rory's side because I was younger. But as I've gotten older, I'm on Lorelai's side. Like, they've worked so hard to put Rory through school and to give her everything. She was handed everything. Her school is paid for, and everybody was rooting for her. And I understand where she's coming from, needing a break and to step back and take a look at things. But at the same time, I can see how Lorelai, I think a lot of her anger was because she was scared that Rory wouldn't go back to school and finish when she had so much potential and could do really great things and was so smart, and she was scared that she was just going to waste it all because, like Paris said, once you take a break from school, a lot of the times you don't come back, right? So, which also, Paris, one of my favorite characters ever. And the whole reason that I started watching How to Get Away with Murder is because the actress that plays Paris is a big character in How to Get Away with Murder, and I'm so glad I did because I also love that show. But Paris is the reason I started watching. In a fight between Taylor and Mrs. Kim, who would win?
Mrs. Kim?
Yeah.
Hands down.
Agreed. I think Taylor would go running for cover from Mrs. Kim. Who would spread the fastest rumor, Babette or Miss Patty?
Miss Patty.
I think Babette.
Yeah, maybe Babette.
They're just a good team.
They make me laugh.
I just think of, like, all the times that Babette, like, would go running across town to, like, confirm rumors. And so, whereas Miss Patty seems to be more, like, sit in the center of town and let it all come to her.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Again, over analyzing that question. How much do you dislike April? A lot.
Question, no.
Do you like April?
No.
I feel like they were trying too hard. Like, I understand the whole concept of, like, it created drama between Luke and Lorelai, and you see a different dimension of Luke having a daughter, but I just thought they were trying too hard. I thought they were trying too hard to make her, like, a Rory 2.0.
Yeah. And
make her too quirky. It was, like, too over-the-top quirky. I also really hate her mother. But that's a whole other story. Revival round. How excited for the revival are you? Very.
Super.
We've had this marked down in our planners for a long time. We knew we'd watch it together since we heard it was coming back. We've got a lot of wine on standby, and we're going to order food just like Lorelai and Rory would do on a, Friday night. Well, they would go to Richard and Emily's on a Friday night, but when they would go to watch movies together or whatever, they always get tons of takeout, Chinese, Luke's, whatever, and then we're going to go out for breakfast tomorrow morning, just like we're going to Luke's Diner. we might be a little obsessed. If you could have dinner with any cast member, who would it be, and what kind of questions would you ask them?
You know, I think Lane, for me.
Yeah, because she'd be cool to hang out with, because I feel like I'd be friends with her in real life.
I think you would be too. And I would just like to know how many outtakes it took between her and her mom.
I want to know if they laughed when they were trying to be so serious.
That's me. That would be one of my first questions. Like,
yeah.
How many times did you guys just crack up laughing when you were trying to be so, like...
I think that would be fun. I would like to have, like, I know this is cheating, but it would be fun to have, like, a group dinner.
Well, yeah, that would be.
Because I also would like to have dinner with Michelle.
Yes.
Because I think, like, I wonder if he would crack up too, and how, like, ridiculous, like, how snobby he would have to be, and just disdainful to everything.
Yeah, that's another one that I think that there is so many takes. Because he would just crack up laughing in the middle of those lines.
Yeah, or other people crack up laughing at him because it was just, like, so ridiculous. And I loved his character.
Me too.
And then, unfortunately, the actor who played Richard has passed away. And but I would have loved to sit down and talk with him. I find him to be a really interesting character, and also he had so much acting experience, and just, it would be really interesting to talk to him, I think.
He would be very intellectual.
Intellectual.
We
haven't started on the line, we promise. She has had a long day at work, though. Okay, and then the final question is, how do you want it to end?
I don't.
No. Can we just keep going?
Yeah.
From the trailer, it looks like Rory is struggling with not finding the career she wanted after school, which I kind of like that they've done that, because I think it's really realistic.
That's realistic.
At the time that she went to school for journalism, it was a big career, and now there's been a lot of layoffs in the print journalism world. Times are changing. There was a recession within this 10-year period that they've been on break, so I think it's really realistic, so I kind of like that they've brought that into the story. The trailer also alluded to Luke and Lorelai having some trouble, which I'm not happy about. I hope that that was just to get us, like, interested in the storyline to make it sound like that. I hope it's not actually what is happening. I don't know. There's a lot of talk about which boy Rory ends up with. I hope she ends up with none of them. I'm all Team Jess all the way. I didn't like Logan. I don't like Dean, but I think at this point in her life it would be silly for them to be together.
I agree, because she was so young when she got together with them, that I think, time has passed. She's matured. They've all matured, and they've gone down separate paths. I think it should be somebody brand new.
Yeah.
If she is involved.
Yeah, I agree. I hope for a really good Paris scene. I love the dynamic between Paris and Rory. It'd be interesting to see if Paris is still with Doyle. I think that would be really interesting to find out. And I hope there's very minimal April. I'm sorry to the actress who plays April. It's not your fault. I really don't like that character.
I just can't wait for all the one-liners. All the little innuendos, when it was taped originally, there was so much, they were just so futuristic with their thoughts. Yeah, they were so ahead of the times. And when you watch back and you watch all of the one-liners, that it's just, you forget all of them. You, of course, remember the big ones and you remember the storylines, but there's always something new to discover, I find, when you watch it, because there's just different one-liners that it just, you get lost in all of the dialogue, and then when you rewatch, you're like, that is so smart / hilarious that they've put that in there. So I don't know, I'm excited to watch. So can't wait. We're gonna go order some takeout now and get comfy on the couch, pour a glass of wine. Hope you guys all enjoy. And again, we're filming this on Friday before we watch, but I will probably not edit or put it up until at least
tomorrow because we want to get into the mini-series, I guess. Is that what we're calling it, a mini-series? I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Comment below any answers to any of these questions that you guys have. I would love to hear who your favorite characters are, if you agree with me on the characters I dislike. Let us know your thoughts. And thanks for filming with me.
Thanks.
Bye.